Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today I got some chords for y'all. So we're gonna be working with a 7 flat 9 chord, and then I'm gonna show you an alteration or a variation on how to voice a augmented 7 with a flat 9. So we're doing a dominant 7 with a flat 9, and we're gonna do an augmented 7 with a flat 9. So we'll be in the key of D major. So we got D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and back to your 1, which is D. So simple progression. We're gonna do a basic jazz progression, 1 6 2 5. So D major. It's not gonna be a B minor, but we're just gonna say for now B minor, E minor, and then an A major. So your first chord is a major chord, but we're gonna move it here. So this is gonna be our first chord right there. So this is replacing the D major chord or your 1. Still the same bass note though, so it'll sound. So what we changed this chord to, we added a major 7 right here and a 9. So it's a major 9. Yep, a D major 9. Then for your 6, instead of playing it minor, you're gonna play it like this. So this is your augmented 7 with a flat 9. So it's a B augmented 7. So you got your 1, the 3rd, the minor 7, flat 9, 3rd again, and then your augmented 5th. Now I'm gonna show you a variation of this chord too. So when you come from here, now I'll do that. I might do this sometime too. In the left hand, you could play that. You could play that. Just different ways to same chord though. Nothing's really. It's not altering the chord. It's just changing some of the notes that you play. Now instead of playing this, you go from here. That sounds good, and that's like play it like that too, but another variation of that chord. If you went and you instead of playing that, you can just play. So you're playing a tritone. So remember how tritones work. It's always the 3rd and the minor 7 of whatever the bass note is. So if I'm going to B, this is my 3rd and that's my minor 7. So that's just a quick way to try to recognize a tritone. Like say you were improvising and you knew you were going to a C sharp, you know which tritone to play with that bass note. So that's just something you know, to really try to dial in about tritone. So coming from your 1 to your 6 is altered, so you playing, and the bass would play. And this just takes us to some form of E minor. It could be a 7, a 9. So that's like an E minor 11. And then this takes you to your 5. Well, let me just show y'all. That's one way you could voice it. Sometimes you can play it like that or that. Let's hear it. Let's do something. Because what I'm gonna show you for this 5th chord or for the 5 chord, you know, it would be better to have some type of like. So if we played all of those like that, so this would take us to our 5 chord, which is A. So it's an A major, but we're gonna alter it. We're gonna change it to an A dominant 7 with a flat 9. So that's the chord. Now we want to spread it out. So the idea, what I'm trying to show y'all is how to spread a chord out opposed to playing it like real closed in. So this would be more of a closed position. You want to know how to play a chord and open in an open shape too. So usually, like if I take the A major chord, an open shape, you basically would skip every other note. So if this was A major, I would skip this C sharp, I would play that, I would skip the A, I would play that, I would skip this E, play that, skip. So that's an open A shape. Now we're not necessarily opening all these chords this particular way, but that's just an idea of, you know, how spread out that chord would sound. It wouldn't be closed in. So if I took this chord, let me just see. Now this would be a little different, but also I would skip that note. I'm actually skipping this note too, so because this would be my flat 9, so that's why I said these chords get a little tricky, which is why this is not necessarily the way you would you know, just spread out every single chord that you play. But in opposed to playing this like this, I could open this up. I could just, so I could have this note, this note, this note in between this, so it's still open because it's a lot of notes I'm not playing in between. So in my left hand, I could do that. I could, it's still the same chord. Now it's missing the flat 9, so you're not getting that tonality. So it's just certain ways you want to figure out the best way to play these types of chords. So when you take an A dominant 7 with a flat 9, the way I would change it up, same rules apply. I'm gonna make it a tritone, opposed to playing it like this. Now I can stretch it out. You could do that if you can get it. That's a tricky one. Very tricky. But so we still using the same rules like we did with the B chord. So we took the 3 and the minor 7 of B, and we made, you know, we just opened that chord up a little bit. So with this chord, same thing. We're going to take the minor 7 and the 3rd of A, and then we're just going to play a F sharp major chord on top of that. And that's A dominant 7 with a flat 9. So let me show you. In the bass, your bass player would still play the, you know, the root note, and then you got the minor 7, the 3rd. This would be your 13 flat 9, and then your 3rd doubled. So all of those chords sound like this. And then if I played it, I could do it like here. Then you could go to the 3.